So once again, I'm doing the work that other people should be doing. To go to my notifications. And thank you to those of you who are showing up and forwarding data. All I ask is that please forward links with the data, and people are, which is helpful. But somebody jumped up and said, no, this is impossible. We don't energy harvest from the body for crypto. And we can't because the body doesn't make enough energy. Okay? And that the magnetic human body communication using channel allocation on the intra-body networks doesn't exist. And this is somebody from cryptocurrency. Now here's where the problem is, without being a bitch about it, because I don't know. I don't know if maybe this person just doesn't know anything about these, or why they would be there with wireless sensor networks, okay? And this person clearly does not know about magnetic resonance coupling in the body, in which I pointed out numerous times. You're not wearing copper coils on your arm like the days of Egypt, are ya? No? Okay. So then tell me, how are we energy harvesting from the body in order to keep those little nodes on 802.15.4 running for things like implantable what? Pacemakers. Oh, back to that magnetic human body communication. Trying to stay in the same place because I have a gazillion tabs. Hang on. And this is the problem that I've run into with you crypto people every single time. I said magnetic human body communication. There we go. Which is where I pulled the paper from. This is what they are using in things like an interbody coupling situation that you're not even aware of because it's a covert body area network using human body communication. Enabling, covert. You don't even know that somebody's walking past you, sniffing the packets out of your body. As long as they have library access, it's not illegal. And you might not even need library access because it's the Wild West out there, due to the fact that if I click here on the safety of human body communication, there's the electric field on the body that the rest of us who are not electrical engineers or biomedical engineers would say, oh, look, it's Kirlian photography. No, that's channel characterization for the intra-body networking, which is from when again? The 90s. So then your blockchain people, well, the body doesn't produce enough energy. Well, it does when you're walking around emitting your biosignals, and here we go some more. Well, but they don't know what they're doing. We're using the air molecules, you might have heard of it. It's called the wireless. And then we're taking those different networks and we're changing them around to get the power that we want. Why? How? Because the body is the transmission medium. What is the transmission medium in human body communication? The tissue. And muscle tissue is different than fat tissue, is different than the way our tissues move together, like our muscle and our bone, for piezoelectricity. In human body communication, the transmission medium is the human body tissue itself. Essentially, the electrical conductivity of the body fluids allows signals to propagate through the body. enabling data transmission between devices placed on or within the body. Okay, this is what I mean when I say those of you that are playing with other people's skin. And sometimes, and I'll say it again, I don't know if this guy actually knows or if he's coming from how much power it takes to mine your crypto, because he's completely right about that. Here's where your problem is. They've worked this out, not only for the miniaturization of keeping the biosensors going. Okay, check it out. The human body is signal transmission medium for body-coupled communication. You're walking around, they're using the wake up terahertz radio for the smart dust. And that would be one thing for things like pacemakers. But they have so many devices. They needed more power and they needed to be reliable. So we have more than just the intra-body network because we have all these different devices. So all I ask you to do out there is when you see this, tell me how. And if you don't know, and you're like, oh, that's impossible, here is where you need to go. What is intra-body communication? What is magnetic human body communication? How are we powering all these sensor systems with transmission and reception? Additionally, I don't know where it went. When I have brought people here repeatedly in order for them to understand crypto miners. What is that? Because it ain't a computer. Yeah, but that's just how we do our peer-to-peer. Bullshit. How it works. Do you notice that where it says how it works is right here in the first block when you're wearing your Internet of Things device like a smartwatch? How does intra-body communication. The promising wireless communication tech which provides data from the human body to the medical and sports devices we are used to wearing in our daily lives. Let's see how it works. 1996, personal area network. Oh, it's pulling from you. Modulating electric fields and electrostatically capacitive coupling. Here's another place where you're using a system and you bark at the people that are learning, claiming it's impossible. But you yourself clearly cannot explain this. Let's go to the next one. By using our D app and binding your device to one of our data NFTs. So I went in here last night because I don't think enough of you know how your MEMS actually work and how small they are. That would be your NFT. You've got a teeny tiny little processor at the nano and the millimeter scale that you're breathing in. When I say smart dust, I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory. I'm talking about very large scale integration. And your NFTs and your gold dust that secures them for your augmented reality, etc. Okay, let me grab the picture here. Smart dust moats. That's what you were seeing a second ago. Because it's got a power system, the sensors, an optical transceiver, and an integrated circuit. You didn't tell people about the free space optical. You told them, oh, we're going to space. Well, that's great. Hang on. I've got a really, really good little picture here. Here we go. See how small that is on the finger there? That's a smart dust particles, and the camera and the sensor is that teeny tiny little black speck. That is a mote, M-O-T-E, which creates an integrated circuit using air molecules like the Wi-Fi. So there you are with your NFT people. Phase phase states, looking through walls, ambient backscatter, intelligent reflective surfaces, and then you sit there and tell people, no, that's impossible. No, you're just not educated. And it's not your fault. No offense to anybody. But this is what I mean by they don't want anybody knowing how easy this is. Hell to the nah. They want you to believe in aliens. They want you to believe that humans are too stupid. It's all fallen angel technology. No, this is selfish humans. They could talk if they wanted to. They don't. And you don't only use your smart dust for NFTs. Here's an example. The perspective of smart dust mesh based on IOEE for safety and security in a smart city. College textbook, and what do you see? Right away, wireless sensor networks. Yeah, because the dust is intelligent. It talks to itself in little clouds called scatterers. So the other link that I left for this guy, because he was like, nah, that's impossible. Do your research. Make sure you get your facts straight, because this ain't it. It takes a lot of energy to do crypto mining. The human body is very efficient in its energy output, but it can barely light up a 100-watt light bulb. We're talking about miniaturization, respectfully, and then a long duration of pulling energy. So here's the integration of blockchain in the W-band from the IEEE from 2019. Okay. This is for security in the medical field. And among all modern data transfer techniques, consensus nerds, when I warned you stop lying about the network topology, you're more available because it's the internet of everything. No, we're decentralized. And I'm like, this is really dangerous. You need to stop doing this. Understand the word coming out of your mouth, not I can sell more of my crypto, get everybody going on it, because they have no idea that we're using your DNA to store data in the body, all the data of the potentially, because you can put it in a wearable, you can have it accessible, you can use the smart dust, you can use your digital twin, and I'll ask you HOW and we'll spin for another 12 hours while you're still going, but how is that possible? Blockchain provides security, which depends on highly cryptographic schemes. What are we using there? Algorithms. All of the data in the patient is maintained in an electronic health record. So maintaining electronic health records is very challenging in the face of the medical field. In W-band, we transfer the patient's data among different entities, like the server, the staff, the health insurer, over what? Oh, we're back at it again, the networks, which could be intelligent moats, like your NFT, hanging in the air around you. Yeah, it's called the wireless Wi-Fi, again, with the free space optical. So you can provide security through this blockchain. Here's an architectural model of it, and we mentioned some challenges in the medical field. And why is this here? Here on the channel, bingo paper, 2011, wireless communication and mobile computing, network security, digital forensics. On, out, or in the body. Implantable sensors cannot have enough power to transmit in the sensitive human body environment. Moreover, they are impossible to exchange a battery after setting, so they need to be monitored by periods. Naturally, it is enough or possible for the base station to connect with all the implantable sensors directly without the control node. That's the biosensor head node in the body. And why is that there? HIPAA. Hang on. So in this paper, Wiley and Oxford from 2011, about the hybrid security protocol, cyber biosecurity for the W-band, okay? HIPAA is one of the first things they come up on because they're transferring biosignals, medical data, and non-medical too. Okay, now there's your personal area network again. Where did you just see that? Over here in intra-body communication, where we're using all that magnetic communication, teeny tiny little sensors, tiny OS, net, or what is it, NESC, etc. All your little software. That's why I get on you software nerds, because you're the ones whose technology I find the most often. And you're also the ones that usually pop up first going, no, that's impossible. No, this is cyber biological security. Because W-bands have environmental features like the human body and limiting computing resources. Excuse me. Some show the security for biosensors implanted in the human body, and they show that the biosensors have to make use of cryptographic algorithms to encrypt the data they send to the control node, the biosensor head node in this paper. And the random number, which is used in the security protocol, can be generated by biometrics such as heart rate or your pulse. And in other papers that we go over, we show you toward location-aware in-body nano networks. 2021, Engineering in Medicine and Physics. And everybody, Sabrina, that's the one you don't like, I know. Wake up radio using the functional ultrasound. And again, this person knew about that. Here we have wake up terahertz radio, which is short range, and the ultrasound, which is long range, for software-defined metamaterials. That is where, if you don't know, the metamaterials land on your skin. Network controller is an energy harvesting nano node. Software-defined metamaterial-based body area network node. The smart dust lands on your skin and starts talking via computer routing to the intra-body communication network that we use with our Fitbit. So what happens is you have nano nodes passively flowing in the bloodstream with energy harvesting entities to be localized for things like wireless drug delivery. Yeah. And it's all separated in channels in the body for precision AI healthcare as well. You're busy telling people, oh no, the body doesn't have enough power. Well, it does now because they've got multiple different natural ways, with biomimetics, mimicking the way our vasculature is working so that it can just use the sound of the heartbeat or the pressure in the veins and arteries to move itself around, thus saving or conserving power. So as I have repeatedly attempted to get people to start understanding that these supervised machine learning algorithms for bioelectromagnetics, which again and again and again, I don't understand why. And someone else did comment and say, this isn't that hard. I know, but you would think you're pulling teeth because they're so used to either A, getting away with it, or B, it's been a secret since the 70s that these are jobs. So bioelectromagnetics is the study of how electromagnetic fields interact with biological systems. And then you end up with algorithms that include protecting your body. Excuse me. Now the smart dust, here's 2001, okay. Project probing microfabrication technology, yeah. Just like very large scale integration in Vietnam, yeah. And we were watching it with the CADS program. They're called MEMS. You can I have other videos on this. We read all about it with the DARPA, okay? And how old it is, and how long it's been around. And instead, no, it's impossible. They are using the human body because the body naturally creates energy that can then be routed for whatever it is they're doing. Thus, when they fabricate these things, do you notice that the type and application, there you are, and there's your hand, and there's a red blood cell, and there's a cell. Okay. This is old. Just so we're clear, this is out of the 70s. Well known. Smart dust. Watch. See all the MEM applications that include biological and medical pressure sensing? Right? Okay. Smart tags ring a bell? Let's see if that, there we go. When we talk about wireless sensor networks, and the rest of you go, but that's impossible. How about piezoelectrics? Y'all need to get caught up. I'm sorry. But the human body is far more powerful than they're willing to admit to, because they're the ones using and siphoning the energy for their systems. What I'm showing you is 1996. Interbody communication is old. That's why they have so many new ways to handle the MEMS. Oh, excuse me. So, in closing, the blockchain W-band here is just one more in many examples of how they're using the body's own energy, primarily for security, as well as, there's bootstrapping involved. Please don't think that they're just, they're draining our body of all of its power. No. A lot of this is due to security. When the human body is the communications channel, it's hard to hack the data. Okay, this is the article we're always going to. Okay, Dick Cheney turns off his pacemaker because Barnaby Jack proved he could hack that insulin pump, blah, blah, blah. This is the electroquasi-static human body communication. The body is the channel, okay? But in order to keep those motes and nodes running, that's what I wanted to show, the Zigbee mode, because I found a good image last night. They are using the natural way that the body is running blood through your vasculature, and that blood flow through the body is well known for thousands of years of human history. I don't believe in that. They changed our history. That's great. Whatever you believe in, okay, the human body didn't change. They lie so that you don't understand that bioelectricity is natural. They need you to believe in any and everything they tell you. So your body is not a circuit of resistors and capacitors for you. There's no such thing as spectroscopy for you. For them, it's part of how they're driving all these sensor systems around with your natural bioelectricity and the natural magnetism of the human body. But for you, you end up burnt like a crisp, and they tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about. There ain't no such thing. You're crazy. Okay? And that is so insulting when you get in here and you're like, wait, if I'm crazy, what the hell is this? Since 1996. And then people get pissed because you're just charging ahead with the blockchain and all the NFT, and nobody, and I do mean nobody, wants to sit down and explain this. Where are you getting the energy for all this? EHW band, in part. It's even attached to the power grid. And I'm not, somebody said, I think Sabrina's exhausted with going over this. I'm trying to get to biofield practice, people. And this is without getting into your free space optical, your digital twins, your graph math. How are you siphoning energy for all of that? You need to admit how powerful the human body actually is so that we can move forward. We don't need to fight about this. That's the difference in the attitude you're getting from me now. Because I waited on all of you. I'm like, come on, you're nerds. What are you doing? If you want to be tethered to the master slave SCADA system, and you don't even understand that because you're not from Siemens, SIEMENS. So I'm like, whoa, there's a master body area network or network controller. You don't have access to that? You don't have access to your own self anymore. No, it's impossible. No, you don't know your own arena. You keep lying about the electricity of the human body that they've been playing with since 1996. We have found that we want any internet of body device capacitor to have high capacitance. We don't want to run high current through the body after all. See, it has a diagram and voltage, and then how the meters and how far, and it's called measurable. That's why I got mad at the other people who are like, it's psionics mad. The Dark Journalist is correct that the CIA needs to be spanked with that. We don't want to hear about your ghost stories. We want to hear about this. December 2020, in a professional IEEE Spectrum magazine, this article appears in the professional IEEE Spectrum magazine, December 2020, to safeguard sensitive data, turn flesh and tissue into a secure wireless channel. That's a transmission medium in telecommunications. But I'm mining my crypto. Then I shouldn't have to look up those words for you. You already know. But you're the same nerds. Maybe not that guy. Don't pick on that guy. I don't know. Okay? But you're the same ones who ran people in circles. Bluetooth, MAC IDs. And I'm like, why are you doing that? We've been using MAC IDs since ARPANET in the 60s. Until, TCP/IP and all your stacks were decided in the 70s and the 80s, and then we have all brand new ones with your consensus and the way we route with the Nano. We have many, many MAC IDs due to all that channel allocation in the body. And yet, every time I'm back over here being like, geez Louise, how many more ways do I need to explain this to people? At what point are you going to admit air molecules on, correct? Wireless sensor networks are old. Watch. How old are wireless sensor networks? Do this one again. Let me see if it'll tell me here in the Wikipedia. Healthcare, habitat, water, data, threat detection, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hang on. What did it tell you? It ain't new. No. This is very large scale integration. That's what I wanted, that Zigbee moat. Because when I was digging around last night, because I've been looking for easier ways to show people so that you can communicate like a human and stop running around out there going, no, we're going to fight. What they did to your anatomy. Because now I'm going to grab you, blockchain nerds. What's this? Oh, that's that religious woo-woo crap. Then why are the sensor nodes in the same physical location? Physical location for that W-band mitigation with the radio frequency sync. Well, why? Why would that be? Because it's all about blood flow through your veins and artery. You didn't change anything. You put little dust motes over top of the chakras. Yeah, because they're fake. No, that's the pressure of your veins and arteries with your internal organs and the piezoelectric response from your muscle and your bone. All you did was shove these biosensors over top of what you screamed at the rest of us was religious hokum, doesn't exist, we don't know what you're talking about, you're stupid. Here, let me show you another one. See? It's spiritual. And I'm like, it's anatomical. That's that right there is why chiropractic, acupressure, acupuncture work at all. Because your internal organs, is your stomach still in the same place as people 2,000-3,000 years ago, more or less? Yeah. Okay. So we have Chinese medicine, which did not change. And here come the biosensors. And here comes you logging in. Then there's the subtle energy fields that extend out from the body in layers. Yeah. We ain't ever going to talk about that. It's spiritual. Oh, is it now? How incredible. Nowadays, it's not spiritual at all. It's a series of networks in cyber's biosecurity. We no longer have the subtle layers of the physical and the emotional and the mental. Nah, we got tier 1, 2, and 3 of the W-band or M-band or band or body sensor network architecture. And the people that do energy work, because it's technical, they're lost. They're like, I don't get it. Yeah, I know. Me neither, because I'm over here going, oh my word, what do I mean? Healing touch. Let's see if I can get a good picture of this one. Physical layer of the biofield. Because for me, I really prefer healing touch because it's derived from therapeutic touch. Hang on, let me get a better picture. There we go. You know why people didn't give up on energy healing? It's biofield concurrence, body, electric, magnetic. Hey! And you know why they teach that your chakras are associated with your central nervous system? Does that exist for you? Yeah. How about your endocrine system? Yeah. Your third eye there? Yeah. Look where it's positioned. Oh, so a chakra point is actually the physical positioning of those organs? Yeah. Here, how about the throat? Well, that would be the thyroid, the shoulder, the neck, and the throat. It's religious. Nah, it's kind of anatomical. So there you are, like always. You lied to people about this because you're energy harvesting the body, using the body as your secure wireless channel. And then you scream at people, oh, you're so dumb. You don't know. What's a sync node? Why is it there? I need my other picture. Hang on. Putting two bodies next to one another in order to discern for precision AI healthcare or something else. What's that doing there? Energy harvesting. To make sure that the sensors communicate. Could be life and death. Could be search and rescue. But for our purposes in this little moment right here, your intentions are unknown. We don't know why you're doing it. We just know that it's kind of mandated for health. Literal ubiquitous health monitoring. Okay. For how long? Since 1995. Making sure I have my other one ready. Okay. And here's capacitive coupling, and every time I show these, the same people, now if they're nice about it and wanting to learn, they're like, oh, wait a minute. The motes in the air molecules that are being powered around by lenses. I'll be back with this, Joe Dirt. Okay. And phase array and all these other systems that are using real electronic warfare, real math, and real human body communication. Like I said, drone warfare, electronic warfare, HOW, beam steering. It's a blimp. Yeah, it's a high altitude platform. And they're using your biosignals. They're not using magic wands and aliens. That says data plane and control plane, data collector, and LEO satellite. No Santa Claus, no stork, no maybe, no conspiracy theory. Because it's connectivity for cyber security. And the sensors that are in your body are there for your security. Do you see where it says magnetic flux? Transcranial magnetic stimulation is a pulse. Just like the Doppler is no longer spread spectrum. It's a pulse. And if you know anything about regular electricity, let alone dirty electricity, you know that it's a pulsed kind of system. Okay. How are you getting these biosignals out of humans that are uncooperative? They ain't wearing their wearable, or they're not carrying a phone. Hard data, human activity recognition. Uncooperative. Radar microdoppler signatures. Whoa, what's that? How do you read a spectrogram? If you're smart enough in your cryptocurrency, you should have no issue with this. And in order to have that going on, those little smart dust Zigbee motes and friends are air molecules. And those air molecules are going to be placed in, on, or around the body, just like every single bit of literature explains. Because your digital network architecture with your software-defined networking, with your network function virtualization, so that people can travel anywhere they want to in order to play with their smart consensus, peer-to-peer smart contracts. This is an engineered system of networking that makes power and energy kind of ubiquitous, again, due to the air molecules. So, let me come back over here and see if I can find it. Since people are so averse to discussing biosensors, now we get to talk about your squids, which I should have hit last year, but I was waiting on you. I feel like the V for Vendetta movie. This is ridiculous. Magneto-electric wireless power transfer for biomedical implants. Don't you want your pacemaker to keep working? Effects of non-uniform magnetic field alignment and orientation. So let me show you what it looks like when your human biofield is a mess due to having all that electricity pulling you in a bunch of different directions. Because you keep telling people it's not anatomical. It's all in their head. Yeah, kind of like with their pineal gland, their brain, their central nervous system, that's in their head. Excuse me. Now, just on basic, simple knowledge, doesn't that make sense to you? So what happens if, instead of you doing it to yourself, somebody else is logging into you? Because we're not talking about the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual layers anymore. Oh, no. The nano is inside of your body, and your body is inside of that personal area network with the intra-body area network since 1996. And here's your short range to medium range to long range. Well, you got to be 13 centimeters. Hey, man, not a problem. Channel bonding, channel aggregation, air molecules all day. Coming into that pan. Check it out. Bluetooth, Zigbee, Thread, Z-Wave, near field channel. You're chipping people like dogs and a bunch of crap, including the biometrics of DHS. Computer networking. It's called advanced signal processing. We're going to pull it down here at this teeny tiny little level, and then we're going to digitally process the signal and send it appropriately through the larger networks to get where it needs to go. Yeah, welcome to the internet and how it works, you know? And this is the problem with the crypto people. I'm starting to think, because I'm like, hey, you do realize 2010, Rutgers University, like when you're doing this with your containerized networking, on the networking side for the packets, we're worrying about this. Temperature to overheat the tissues, quality of service to ensure we're getting the right channels for the precision AI healthcare or whatever else we want to look at. Postural, are you sitting or standing? Cross-layered and clustered or combinations of mitigation for who you're around, and signal to noise ratio, and all sorts of other ways to ensure that quality of service component. So then the free space optical, it's the Internet of Space things, and the dark fiber, I'm like, you're just using straight up air molecules. Like your Wi-Fi. This is old, what you're looking at here, with the North American Operators Guild. This is old. It has been upgraded with the National Science Foundation and DevSecOps with the Pentagon. All the mesh and the clouds and the Doden and the Cora, blah, blah, blah. So I don't understand why people even try to play stupid. Wireless sensor networks are really, really old. And again, This person may have been very sincere and just, they don't know any of this. Okay? And we do write into your DNA. It's kind of also old. It's called DNA steganography. Because it's easier to store data in the body. It has been for a while. And they're just expanding that. Yeah, isn't that nice? How does CRISPR work? Electroporation? Mm-hmm. That says intruder. Kind of like on the biocyber interface side. Okay. So, a highly power and area efficient PMU for cell-sized autonomous micro systems. They're very small. Yeah, the size of a single molecule. Oh, yeah. And that's where the problem is, because like I was trying to show, did I get it over here? Yeah. When I'm showing it over here and you see how small it is on the finger, that's where the problem is. Everybody's looking for, when it says transceiver and receiver, people are always looking for these huge coils and different, how do I say this? Different ways that we use wearables, you know, so that you can see it. But this is biomedical sensing and actuating. See, there's your smartwatch. There's your haptic gear for temperature and keeping an eye on things. You got headbands. And these are things that are very popular, like the Vimo app, you know. So if you're going to be working out anyways, why not put that energy of your body towards mining your crypto? But don't lie about it and tell people, oh, it's got to be huge. No. And that right there is huge in contrast. Hang on. Where does that picture keep going? And here's an actuation technique as far as different, see where it says biomorphic, monomorphic, etc. Wait till I get into molecular communication again with all these memes. Good Lord. See how big that is? Wow, that's amazing. What if it's nano-sized? Because that's not nano-sized. Okay. Right. Oh, what was that? You snorting your smart dust? And then it's always a wearable. And we're like, I didn't ask to accessorize with my air molecules. And as I've mentioned many times, there's, with the ambient backscatter and the intelligent reflective surfaces, they want to conserve as much power as they can. Oh, look. Well, I can go download some wetware from the GitHub, use my phone, and point it at somebody and fire. Yeah. Kind of how the system is built, huh? I don't understand. Right, and the reason that you don't is because too many people have been running around making up stories, pretending like 2-year-olds. I don't know. It's magical. Nope, it's you. Because it's part of the Internet of Everything, the gold dust, the smart dust Internet of Thing environments. You see the hash? You guys are playing with this constantly with your NFT, constantly with biomedical, constantly with feature values, constantly with a graph math. And you got humidity and pressure. That's called biophysics. Whoopsie. Okay, stop with the whining. And if, again, this is a person that, oh, I didn't know. Well, now you do, and I'll leave this here for you because we don't only use these smart dust networks. Here, want another college textbook? I mean, if I don't unload some tabs off the computer, it's going to explode. Okay? Because you people, you just can't quit. I can't believe it that your body was way more powerful than they ever allowed you to know about, which is why they've been busy making you do their work for them, connecting everyone to algorithms nobody asked for. That is my point. Smart dust surveillance finds applications in military and security, monitoring of people and products, in enhancing ambient interaction for people with impairments, e-health monitoring, environmental surveillance of temperature, light intensity, sound, pressure, particle suspension in the air, humidity, harmful chemicals, see, we're still going, vibration, magnetic, and electrical fields. The goal is to survey climate changes, seismic activities, air emissions, water pollution, in case of mines or extremely industrialized cities. However, it is of interest to note its applicability in smart city Internet of Things. The smart dust surveillance also comes with disadvantages, such as privacy. No, you don't say. Control, maintenance, and high costs. The device comprises clusters of smart interconnected small parts. See the memristor in there, Synergist, with the other lovely little picture where we don't get to use our sixth sense anymore? They do. Yeah. Because the wireless sensor networks all around you mesh together. Interconnected small parts. The smart dust networked mesh should be lightweight, maintained by passive power generators, which rely on harvesting light, vibration, and heat. There's the Elect RX program that Non-Vaxxers team has brought up and we've read about over and over and over. The smart dust, such as neural dust motes. Neural dust motes. I would open that, but my tabs are maxed out. That are implantable monitors nerve activity by recording wirelessly. In the field of health surveillance, DARPA's ElectRx program that is developed by Neural Smart Dust is capable of treating pain, inflammation, PTSD, severe anxiety, and trauma by precise, non-invasive monitoring of the patient's peripheral nervous system. Millimeter size. Amazing. The perspective of smart dust mesh based on IOEE for safety and security in the smart city, coming from the integration of wireless sensor networks and Internet of Things for smart cities. Springer. I hope this is helpful. Innovations in communication and computing. The Internet of Everything Everywhere. So it's not even the IOE anymore, the Internet of Everything. Now it is the Internet of Everything Everywhere. we're just upgrading. Let me upgrade you. And meanwhile, oh, that's impossible. No, this again is why they've been at this. Note the date on this one. 2001? Yes. From the 70s, microfabrication, which is why we have integrated circuits and systems with the ICAS lab. Hang on. Oh, it's been forever since I brought this up. But your integrated circuits conference is all about the way you guys are pulling those air molecules together and apart for all sorts of different networks and protections, including your SCADA and whatnot. Man, what are you called? There we go. You get a beautiful hotel, an amazing dinner, and then you can play volleyball. And for the Biomedical Circuits and Systems Conference, you're going to learn all about in a 3-day single-track program of multidisciplinary topics for the biosensor devices and interface circuits for the body area sensor networks and the wireless health monitoring and the implantable and wearable health devices. Pardon my nose. Then the bio-inspired and neuromorphic circuits and systems. Let's make sure that the computer doesn't explode. And here come the memristors. Going right up your nose while you're just sitting in your house, walking around your house. Because the AI is your new sixth sense. You don't ever get to use natural telepathy, empathy, none of it. That belongs to them. That is under their control, just like you and your behavior, Internet of Behaviors, and your blood, bone, and tissue transmission medium. I want a discount on my internet. Amazon shipping already using the 802.15.4. The blockchain nerds, I thought you knew about all this, given how much routing I've found for it. Energy harvesting, a magnetically plucked knee joint energy harvester to scavenge energy from knee joint motions during human walking. Just as an example for exoskeleton and people that are like, but the wearables exist, they're out there. Of course they are. Energy harvesting from the body to power the intra-body area networks, 802.15.4, refers to the concept of using kinetic energy generated by human movement, like walking or muscle contractions, to capture electricity and power a small wireless device. EHW band. And when you sit there and you're like, how would they know? That's why I keep dragging you back here, because intra-body area networks 802.15.4 are from 1996. HOW, 50 minutes later. And if you come at me with, you need to lay it out on a track, Ryan and Sel have already done that with your Kubernetes containerized networking specific from your GitHub to the Vivo product. So now I just took you around as big as I can to help you understand the body is way more powerful than you're giving it credit for. They know this. That's why they don't let anybody talk about it. Wireless body sensor networks. W-band. Not an area network, it's a sensor network. Are a special case of wireless sensor networks developed to operate at the human body scale. Thus, energy efficiency is one of the major aspects that must be taken into consideration before designing any W-band solution, because the change of batteries could be very difficult, especially when sensors are implanted inside the human body. For this reason, several research projects have been carried out on the adoption of energy harvesting schemes that aim to collect energy from several sources surrounding the human body: sun, body warmth, movements, heartbeat, RF radiation, because we do that naturally too. It's called a biological signal, a biosignal, and transform it into an electrical energy to power the nodes of a W-band, which could be outside the body, inside the body. Yes. Ta-da! Nevertheless, this harvested energy must also be better exploited given the temporal variation nature of these alternative sources, and well organized too. That's where the priority weighting comes in with the digital twin and the routing protocols. And that's why the wireless sensor network routing protocols are different than the W-band ones. But anyways, the purpose of this paper is to present a general overview of energy harvesting schemes, as well as methods and literature, not conspiracy blogs, and you are not going to come for the targeted individual community anymore. Don't yell, then tell the truth. Innocent people have been harmed because you guys are out there screwing around, and you can't even tell people, hey man, your body's electrical. This is part of what we do for better health care or whatever. But quit telling them they're stupid when they can feel the signal coming and going. It could be for a whole host of reasons, which might not be nefarious, but if you don't let them know and figure it out, then you're holding them back from knowing about their own health and wellness. Nobody would stand for that if this right here were common knowledge. But because of you little nerds that don't know your own damn jobs, well, we can't know everything. This isn't even about the doctors. This is about your cyberpunks who've been bullshitting. Oh, we're decentralized. Decentralized. You are not. Somebody better get their facts straight. Yeah, and it's not us. It's you. Enough. It's not okay. And again, you threw down the gauntlet at me. No, you threw down the gauntlet at somebody else. Then you go scurry over to your side and go, oh, they're fucking nuts. No, we're accurate by proper cyber biological security, DHS biosurveillance, and our warfare doctrines for the drones right now. Those moats are autonomous, meaning machine to machine. The purpose of this paper is to present a general overview of energy harvesting schemes as well as methods and literature, focusing on optimizing the exploitation of the harvested energy in a W-band through MAC routing or physical layer protocols. Now you haul your butts over here. This one's a blob. Wireless body area network, nodes in the clothes, on the body, or under the skin of a person. How you holding up all that power? The M-band, which is the upgrade to the mix, see other videos, or your ISM, okay? And then your narrowband and your ultra-wideband in your HBC, human body communication, at the physical layer of computer networking, which is your skin, is mandatory for your health care. So stop telling targeted individuals that they can't feel their own skin and that energy harvesting is not happening. It's kind of mandated. And it's called machine to machine with your smart dust moats and all the rest of it. Welcome to the directive that's fully running out there, in which those little wireless sensor networks have the ability to do whatever they want and tell the drone where to go. So in that case, the W-band relay is the last thing I'm going to leave you with, because that was what I started with here on the Odyssey. No, I want my actual paper. This right here can be used between a striker and a drone with machine to machine for interference mitigation. When we only want one body, not the other one, or these bodies and not those. In relay-assisted wireless body area networks with dynamic channel allocation scheme to mitigate node-level interference among the coexisting regions of a W-band. Welcome to region of interest targeting with the drones and the lenses, etc., etc. So, crypto mining people, I left you a bunch of links on the X. This is not appropriate, and I hope this helps whoever you are, because I'm not interested in arguing with you people, but nobody else is standing up so far for actual humans so that we can just talk about this for what it is. And it is not my fault if you are unaware of all these different systems. Now you are. And this one here, I will do a better video that is just laying this out for everybody. But I'm not here. I'm trying not to be here. It's a Monday. This is my Garfield day. I eat lasagna and say, hey, gonna be a good week. Mark 536, amen. Synergists, please help the TI world. They've been through hell. They need to know how easy this really is.